Hello and welcome to Yarn ChickHen, Vlogmas Day 2 with Mrs. T and friends. I'm Mrs. T, and I would also like to take this opportunity straight off the bat to apologize for not including the two photographs I was going to include yesterday. One was with a small jumper that I lost Yarn ChickHen with, and one was a tiny skull that I did for somebody else, so I don't actually have it to show. That was going to show the photo, but my editor, aka Mr. T, was having trouble trying to upload the yesterday's video before midnight and making it Vlogmas Day 1.5. So he didn't end up uploading the photo. So the photos didn't get uploaded. But I do have the Yarn ChickHen little jumper I knitted that I lost in Yarn ChickHen. And when I show you, you'll see where I lost because you'll see the color change. So here he is. So obviously it's when I came to doing the sleeves is where I lost it Yarn ChickHen. And if I'm being honest, I actually thought I was going to lose Yarn ChickHen about right here. So I shortened this prematurely, and really the next time I knit it, it's going to be a little bit wider. But that was my first attempt at my own sweater from my own head, and I lost it Yarn ChickHen while doing it. So that's this little guy, and this is the size of sweater that I'm actually going to be knitting for the Knitalong that I'm doing, because this is day 2 of that Knitalong with Buttercup miniatures, and it's going to be for this size doll that I'm doing. I'll probably try out the miniature one for this guy. He's got a tissue on for modesty, but that's my little, one of my dollhouse miniature family members. It's the dad. So I'll probably try making one in future for him, but right now I'm going to stick with what I know I can actually achieve. At least I hope so. And I'm going to make one for this size doll. Also, some of the things I was using to knit the sweater, I did show you yesterday the colors, but I neglected to tell you where I got the yarn. So a few months back in, was it August, I believe? We went to Perth Yarn Festival, and it was fantastic. If you are ever in the area and you want to go, I highly recommend going. It was very good, very informal, and very information packed. I really, really liked it, and there's a lot of really good stall holders there. I went to Wee County Yarns, and they had these small color balls. Is usually for color works, and that's why they sell them in these little balls. So you could buy a big ball of or hank of the neutral color that you're going to have for the background of whatever you're working on, hat, sweater, scarf, whatever. And then they had these little guys that you can do your color work with, and they're really easy to use because as you can see, they're small, so you're not having to bundle it up onto a peg, clothes peg, or another card to separate it, so you have lighter bits of wool to work with. These are already perfectly sized for that. And I'll have to ask Mr. T. Mr. T, do you remember how many we got and how much they were at the time?
No.
Okay. Well,
but
I'm
sure, was a lot.
I'm sure it was for 5. There was a really good deal for 5 of these. And you could pick your own colors, and they also had package with colors in it, but I preferred the pre-picked colors. Mr. T's remembered something.
I think the deal was for 15. It was quite a lot.
Well, it's neither here nor there because I can't remember how much I paid for him. But I knew I would use them for something miniature, and so I picked a variety of colors. At the time, I had no idea about the Knitalong with Buttercup miniatures because I recently found out about that. And as you can hear from my voice, I'm getting over a cold. So I had a cold over the weekend, so I wasn't very good at prepping for all these videos because I was actually ill. So we're slightly unprepared, only because we've been ill, and it's kind of hard to prepare when you're trying to get better. So it's Wee County Yarns. And if I hold it up, actually, I'll see if editor Mr. T can put a link for their website in the information box below. But this is the yarn I'm using. It's pure wool, and like I said yesterday, it's 4-ply because I looked everywhere. I don't have any 3-ply. I have 1-ply. I even have 2-ply, but I have no 3-ply. So I'm using 4-ply, and this is a 10-gram ball, and it's shade New Bright Blue, and it's 100% wool. It's made in Scotland, and it's British wool, so it's local. And so obviously there's the colors again. So this is what I'm using for the little sweater, aka jumper, that I'm making. This little dangly thing is my swatch because it's 5 stitches by 5 rows, and it should be a centimeter, and that's pretty darn spot on. I left it on the thing because I thought it might be easier to show you on the camera. I guess not. Okay. But anyway, so that's the swatch size. And it's always good to do a swatch. You don't want something too big or far too small. I've done that before, and it's not fun. You have a perfect garment, and you think it's great, and you can't put it on because it's far too small. So swatch is always a swatch, even on something little. So there's my swatch. I'm ready to knit. Haven't had a chance because I'm filming this before I actually do the second day of the Advent calendar. So those are the things, the wools I'm using, and that's my swatch. And sorry about that. And I'm using the recommended 2mm needles. I like double pointed needles when I'm doing miniatures. I feel they handle better. There's no big ball or anything on the end to get in my way, and I just find it easier to knit like that with the double pointed needles. So those are the needles I'm using. And as you can see, we're Christmas decorating in here. I wasn't going to decorate this area, but when we filmed yesterday and I was watching the playback, I thought, ooh, that's a bit bare without the Christmas, because Christmas is everywhere else in the house. But, you know, I'm doing other stuff here. Never thought to put any decoration. So we've got some decoration up for there. And really, I don't have much else to say about all the stuff. So, is there anything I'm forgetting?
Well, like and subscribe. Thank you for the
yes.
first subscribers.
Yes, like and subscribe, please. And I also want to thanks for my first subscribers. I can't remember who they are, but I have 3 new subscribers, and hopefully I'll get more. But 3's better than nothing, and nothing would have been fine, because I'm doing this more to find people of like mind, like me, that like to knit and crochet and do little miniature crafts, and even just normal knitting and normal crochet sized things. And I thought that this would be a fun way to do an introduction into what I like to do, and maybe find people who like to do what I like to do. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow, and I'll have some progress by tomorrow, so I'll show you where I am tomorrow on Vlogmas Day 3. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!